Well, it is Tuesday and I am back in the office. I was in municipal court this morning representing a client in New Jersey, did not leave the Garden State today. So I was not in Pennsylvania, be in Pennsylvania tomorrow representing a client, and then back in New Jersey, represent a client in the afternoon session back in municipal court. So a lot of municipal court this week. Municipal court, as my listeners and readers know, has jurisdiction over disorderly persons offenses and disorderly persons offenses, as well as traffic offenses in New Jersey, while the Superior Court has jurisdiction over indictable crimes in New Jersey. It's just a little bit about New Jersey law there. Coming out of the blog article tomorrow regarding what happened with the Hunter Biden situation. And I make this video not for any political purposes, but just to kind of lay out what happened and what this means. So Hunter Biden was charged within the federal system, and he was charged with 3 allegations, it looks like, 2 related to taxes, and 1 potential gun charge, which is a felony offense. And he's going to plead guilty to tax evasion, which are 2 misdemeanor counts. And then as a condition of that plea, the recommendation from the U.S. government is going to be probation. And with regards to the weapons allegation, that's going to be handled supposedly through a pretrial diversion program, which is available in many cases for qualified individuals who are charged within the federal system. Now, with regards to the plea, it's a recommendation from the U.S. government to the sentencing judge. As many of you are aware or are aware from reading my blogs and my previous videos, a judge is not bound by a plea agreement between defense and the prosecution, whether it be in a state or federal court. It is a recommendation. Now, with regards to the federal system, there are federal sentencing guidelines, which again are advisory. They're not mandatory. The judge can pretty much do what he or she wants to do in a case, provided that it's within the sentencing statute. So it has to be a legal sentence. It can't be an illegal sentence. So in this particular situation, while technically Mr. Biden is facing potentially a prison sentence, the recommendation for the tax allegation misdemeanors is probation. Now, with regards to the gun, that is a felony charge, and he's being charged as a prohibited person, and he's prohibited under federal law because he is considered a drug user. He has admitted having a drug problem, and now he's also potentially going to be found guilty, or would be found guilty more than likely at a trial, being convicted as a unlawful user or unlawful owner of a gun under federal law. And that is a felony charge, and he faces a possible 10-year federal prison sentence. So a much more serious charge than the tax allegation. So as a condition of pleading guilty on the tax charge, the federal government's going to recommend a diversion program and then withdraw the charges, assuming that he's accepted into it. And I believe that more than likely he will be accepted, because he more than likely qualifies under the eligibility requirements for diversion, the pretrial diversion program for this case. So that's a little bit of a nutshell of the case. In the article, I will detail more thoroughly the ins and outs of pretrial diversion, as well as being an unlawful user of or owner of a gun under federal law. But if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, website gamblinglaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All my books, my blogs, and my videos are available there in one convenient format. We try to keep our blog updated regularly with the most current events, Hunter Biden being one of them. I did a blog recently on what happened to the New England Patriots player. He was arrested at the airport, and regarding what he faces and a possible disposition there. I think he, as well as Mr. Biden, will receive some type of diversion offer, being that he probably has no criminal history. I don't know if he had a permit to carry the gun in a different state and simply had it in the state of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I believe, and that's what happened in that particular case. I don't know the circumstances surrounding that. I did an article on the New York City subway incident involving the U.S. Marine, who unfortunately has been charged with, it appears that he's charged with manslaughter at this point. I don't know if they're going to upgrade the charge. But again, we do this blog to provide information to our readers, our listeners, and we do it not to make an example or to send a statement, because I don't believe that Mr. Biden is necessarily receiving any special treatment. People are going to argue that, and I say that not to make a political statement, but I believe that there are a lot of people who are charged with that and receive a favorable sentence. Again, a lot of it is the advocacy by your attorney. People want to say, obviously, his father's president of the United States. But again, I think it's a situation where the U.S. government would probably try to resolve it with a favorable disposition, provided the person met the qualifications and provided that the attorney did the right thing and assessed the case appropriately. But again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll talk to you all very soon.